It. Millen, come in. Okay. So, welcome back. News of the week. I'm definitely coming down with something. Not feeling awesome, but hasn't stopped me. I got to the Black Bears yesterday. That was a good game. They did lose. They had the roughest stretch I think I've ever seen for them. Just looking kind of lost for a while. But they started strong. And they ended fairly strong. It was just this one stretch where they did not play very well. But young team. They're just a young league. So these things will happen. It's a lot of fun. Then, Maryland. Looks like some basketball. Boom and you. And some Rangers. So that was fun, even though they lost. Then I got out to soccer this morning. So ended up not going to Keys. Since that's a longer trip, I wasn't going to buy my tickets today. And no one really wanted to go with me. So it's just been a trip by myself to Frederick. Just to kind of hang out for a bit. So I opted not to do that. Gonna hit the gym in a minute. Still got to do that when the time allows it. Then tonight, there are 2 games at the Ice House, I think. I have not seen a game day post from either of them. But it looks like it's Terps women at 7 or so. Followed by UMBC at 9 or so. So I don't know if I can make it through both, but that will be the plan. And 2 top loaders, and then nothing tomorrow. Monday, UMBC is having their season ticket holder night. Although I don't think they're at least didn't advertise much for it. They advertised that if you only have season tickets for one of the 2 teams, you can go to the other half of the doubleheader for free. But if you got both season tickets already, which is what I've done, then I didn't see anything for that. But the combo pack is a really good deal. So I don't feel bad about that at all. I've only missed one of the games while we were at Thanksgiving. Oh, okay. It's a tunnel vision. You know, I guess it's good that the WNBA players are going to get paid, but it will just become another league that I can't exactly afford to go to. Especially with the trip down to DC. Being a part of it. And they play on the far side of DC, where I can't so easily get. So I don't know. What have I done here? All right. We've got a big pack of UFC Finest. It's a nice looking card, but the checklist is a lot of no-namers. I ended up paying about as much money as you would pay for a hobby box of this. So if I got 3 autographs, then I got a good deal. Exactly 2 would be pretty much exactly what I expect. And less than that would be bad. But the checklist, I casually still follow UFC. But they churn through fighters so fast. And I tend not to watch the numbered UFCs. Oh, they're coming to Paramount, so maybe we'll get that. I've pretty much just been watching what's on my ESPN Plus. Like I said, they churn through people so quick. They have events almost every weekend of some sort or another. You only fight maybe every 3-4 months. So I just can't keep up with all the names. And, having favorite fighters, and I miss out on all that stuff. But they are cool cards. I've not been watching wrestling at all, which has made me think about getting into local wrestling again, because I used to like the sport. And John Cena's last match versus Gunther, I saw that, is going to be right here in DC. The holiday tour is coming to Baltimore, but last time I did it, it was a little bit disappointing. Like, I took the girls there a few years ago. It was just a fun time, but I don't know. Old WWE might have jumped that shark. All right, let us have a look. Oh, we got Daniel Cormier. So one of the few names that I got that I actually recognized. All right, so let's see. This is the common. So common, he's got his gloves up. And this one is rare. So gloves down is rare. So gloves down, and this one is common. So gloves down, common card. I don't know if this is their best work. In this case, gloves down is rare, so there's no pattern to it this time. I think in last year's set there was a pattern where and this is good use of their chrome technology with the silver background, but I don't know if I like it as much. And Rebus, uncommon. And we got Rashad Evans. So he's one of the fighters I followed back in the day. As a common. And then I just kind of looked through the checklist to try to get a feel for who had some decent cards and who could I get for a decent price. I'm going to hope that's not a knock at the door. We do have a whole stack of topplers next. Common, uncommon, arms crossed, but common. Uncommon. I don't know, in this case, maybe I'd prefer it to be in a ring or an actual fight. Even though the Topps Chrome technology doesn't look as good, I don't think, in that sense. Hold on. Katie! Whatever. I got a message from the Terps asking if I was planning on renewing my season football tickets. And probably. But lots of things are up in the air right now. Are they going to jack up the prices? Who are we going to lose to transfer portal? We did get our top recruit, but I saw we were only 40-something in recruiting class, which isn't ideal because recruiting is our strongest suit. We are better at recruiting than we are at developing and utilizing recruits. So we really need to get, I would say, 10, 15 slots higher on recruiting. So these are just refractors. I'd like to see us hitting the top 25 for recruiting, knowing that we're probably going to underutilize them. I did say I was up for upgrading my seat. However, I'm not going to pay not $175. I'm not going to pay $1,000 more to sit in the middle of the Maryland section. You'd be lucky if I spent $100 to move over a section or two. Especially because those fancier sections still don't guarantee Maryland only. Like, I looked around. All right, there's one auto. Remember, our goal was at least 3 autos. Oh, and there's 2. So one more auto, and I'd say we got a good deal here. To $175. to 99. Oh, there's our third auto. So, like, I looked around. Oh, fourth auto. Number 275. Fifth auto. So I would say we got a very good deal. And sixth auto. Dan Hooker. This one's numbered. And then numbered to 99. And numbered to 50. So none of the stars that I got in the break, but six autos. Still six autos. I think at least some of these guys are good. So anyway, while I was at Maryland, I looked over towards those center sections, and I could still see people wearing the colors of the other team. So I am not super interested in spending a lot more money to sit in the heart of Maryland section if it's still fans from the other team. So I said, I reiterated, hey, Maryland only section, because we can do that. And if you guys won't do that, then I'm going to try to do it on my own. So either like online or whatever, through message boards, just saying, if you are a hardcore, unapologetic Maryland fan, either join me here or tell me where you are, and I'll join you there. And we can start to build just a block somewhere where we know we're going to be surrounded just by Maryland people. That's my goal. Not people who are going to sell their tickets to whoever. And now you've got a random Nebraska fan sitting next to you. Well, these were for sale. Again, I don't feel bad about it because when I went to an away game, it took me 30 seconds to figure out which side I should sit on. So if you're not going to do that, you deserve all the crap you're going to get. All right, this looks like some Topps Midnight. All right, Devin Leary. Terrell Suggs. And the last one up, Terrell Suggs autograph. Horizon Signatures. Number 275. I'm changing my philosophy on collecting cards for next year. Gonna get less. My wife will be happy with that. But focus less on selling because I'm just not selling much anyway. I don't even recommend buying necessarily right now. So just collecting the cards that I want for me. which means focusing more on the teams and players that I follow. So we are doing a little bit of holiday every week until Christmas. So this is our first look at some Cubs holiday from Cardlines. I see an ornament. Let's see who it is. It is Matt Shaw. I am not kidding. This one's going to go on the tree. And he wasn't even the era of Maryland that I followed. I do feel like Topps Holiday needs to be a little bit more bonkers. Like more AI. This isn't bad with the holly. I'll just do a lot more. And so, like, here's what I'm talking about. So here's Pete Crow Armstrong variation. So you see he's got the candy cane bat, and his arm appears to be Christmas pajamas. Compare that to the original. That's the fun of Topps Holiday. But those cards are super rare. So I'm saying have more variety of those and just more of them. Especially because this is essentially the flagship set. And the flagship set means you have, a deeper set of current players, which is fine if you're a fan of that team. But for the things that I would want to buy a box of are where you have like the legends of each team. So I might not know the fifth best player on the Cubs this year, but I probably know the fifth best player on the Cubs of all time. So if I'm going to get a box where I don't really care which team I get, that's what I want. So I'm trying to show you here. This is the Chrome technology on a fairly normal background. And you get that little ridge between them and the background, which I just don't think looks great. So I know with the other one I was saying I prefer a natural background, but natural background doesn't look good either. All right, last set of cards here. We got some basketball. You got Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum, Jordan Poole, couple of Jameer Watkins. And our last hit of the day. To the occasion, rise to the occasion. Jameer Watkins, player worn memorabilia. The relic contained in this card was worn by a featured player. The execution of all player worn memorabilia is witnessed by a Topps representative to guarantee authenticity. So, you think about what that means. Player worn. Didn't say game worn. So theoretically, on like his signing day or whatever, he could throw on 15 different jerseys for a second or two. Yeah, I wore it. And then they take it off and send it out, get shredded, and put into the cards. Which, okay, is what it is. Still a cool type of card, I guess. All right, I'm going to take off, put a few hours at the gym if I can, and then perhaps get to the ice house for one or more games tonight if I'm feeling up for it. Yes. Come on, you Spurs.